My people, let me take you on a journey through the dusty paths of our village where the sun beats down relentlessly and the tales of our people are as rich as the fertile soil that nourishes our crops. Today I shall recount the story of a young man whose insatiable desires led him down a treacherous path, leaving a tale of broken hearts and swollen bellies in his wake. In the heart of our village, there lived a boy named NJOKU, blessed with a charming smile and a silver tongue that could sway even the most steadfast of a maidens. From a young age, he possessed an uncanny ability to captivate the hearts of the village girls who would swam at the mere sight of his mischievous grin. As NJOKU grew into a man, his appetite for the fairer sex knew no bounds. With each passing season, he would pursue a new conquest, wooing the unsuspecting maidens with his smooth words and empty promises. One by one, the girls fell victim to his charms, their innocence stripped away by the heat of his passion. NJOKU's reputation as a lover boy quickly spread through the village. Yet despite the warnings from elders and the disapproving glances of mothers, NJOKU remained undeterred. However, as the seasons turned and the night grew longer, the consequences of NJOKU's action began to manifest themselves in the most undeniable of ways. One by one, the girls he had wooed found themselves carrying the unmistakable signs of his love, their once flat bellies swelling with the promises of new life. Panic gripped the village as the news spread like wildlife. Fathers sharpened their machetes, and mothers wept bitter tears, fearing for the future of their daughters and the shame that had befallen their families. Sensing the impending storm brewing on the horizon, NJOKU made a hasty decision. He would abandon the village that had nurtured him, fleeing to the bustling city where he could start anew, leaving behind the wreckage of his exploits. With nothing but the clothes on his back and few meager possessions, NJOKU set out on the long journey to the city, his heart heavy with the weight of his misdeeds. He walked for days, traversing vast stretches of land, until finally towering skyscrapers of the metropolis loomed before him. In the city, NJOKU found himself a stranger in a strange land, overwhelmed by the sheer size and pace of life. He sought refuge in crowded streets, blending with the masses and burying his past deep within the recesses of his mind. For a time, NJOKU enjoyed the freedom that the city offered, indulging in the pleasures of nightlife and the company of willing women. Yet no matter how he tried to outrun his past, the ghosts of his former transgressions lingered, haunting him in the quiet moments between revelry. Fate, it seems, has a cruel way of catching up with those who seek to evade its grasp. One fateful evening, as NJOKU stormed out of a dimly lit bar, his senses dulled by the potent liquor coursing through his veins, he found himself face to face with a figure from his past. There, standing before him, was Amaka, one of the village girls he had left behind, her eyes burning with a mixture of anger and betrayal. In her arms, she cradled a squirming bundle, the living embodiment of NJOKU's indiscretions. Amaka had come to the city in search of the man who had stolen her innocence, determined to make him answer for his actions. With a fierce determination that belied her youthful appearance, she confronted NJOKU, demanding that he takes responsibility for the child he had sired. NJOKU, caught in the glare of his past misdeeds, found himself at a loss for words. The confident, smooth-talking lover boy of his youth had been stripped away, leaving behind a shaken and remorseful man. In that moment, the weight of his actions crashed upon him like a tidal wave, threatening to drown him in a sea of guilt and shame. He knew that he could no longer run from the consequences of his choices. The time had come to face the music. With a heavy heart, NJOKU agreed to return to the village, prepared to face the wrath of the elders and the scorn of the community. He knew the road ahead would be arduous, but he was determined to make amends, to atone for the pain and heartache he had caused. Upon their return, the village erupted in a whirlwind of emotions, anger, relief, and cautious hope, all mingled together in a cacophony of voices. NJOKU stood before the council of elders, head bowed in humility, as he recounted the tale of his transgressions and his journey to redemption. The elders, wise and experienced in the ways of life, listened intently, their faces etched with the weight of their responsibilities. After much deliberation, they decreed that NJOKU must take responsibility for each of the children he had sired, providing for their well-being and ensuring that they were raised with the values and traditions of the village. With heavy heart, NJOKU accepted his fate with a newfound sense of purpose. He threw himself into new role as a father, working tirelessly to provide for his numerous offspring, and instilling in them the lessons he had learned through his own mistakes. As the years passed, NJOKU's remorse and dedication to his children slowly earned him the respect and forgiveness of the village. The once scorned lover boy had become a symbol of redemption, a living testament to the power of change and the resilience of the human spirit. And so, my friends, that is the tale of NJOKU, the lover boy who sowed the seeds of heartbreak throughout our village, only to reap the bitter fruits of his action. But in the end, through his journey of atonement and self-discovery, he found a path of redemption, reminding us all that even the darkest of nights can give way to a new dawn. I believe you have learnt one or two things from the story. Thanks for watching and kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Goodbye.